Listen, I was supposed to be home, which I am going to go home because it's hot out here. And I'm fully clothed over here by the poolside. But chosen ones, I'm not going to be here before you long because I want to go home and I want to go and do a video inside. But I had to come get my son. I don't know about you all, but I have to get my son. Is anyone else like that? I have to at least come outside at least, for a good 10 to 15 minutes. I have to at least get my son recharged, right? Because I wasn't able to go. I wasn't able to go to my appointment today early. I had an appointment, so I didn't get a chance to work out how I wanted to. But listen, I wanted to come talk to you all about this message. I was thinking about this earlier, and I was just thinking about this, and I know that I wasn't the only person that experienced this, right? Have you ever noticed? Let me tell you why. The enemy likes to keep you in cycles, right? He likes to keep you in cycles of toxicity. And what I mean by cycles of toxicity is he likes to introduce people who are at war with themselves, especially for the chosen ones. What he likes to do is he likes to introduce people who are at war with themselves. He likes to bring those type of people into our life. This is why I talk about healing. But he likes to introduce these people into our lives, and most likely when they come into our lives, they're going to bring other toxic people into our lives. Whoever they're connected to, 9 times out of 10, if it's somebody close to them, they're going to be dealing with a lot of toxicity too. So what the enemy likes to do is he likes to keep us in these cycles of toxicity because he doesn't want us to get to a place of peace. Because if we get to a place of peace, we're going to discover our purpose. And your peace is priceless. There is no price you can put on peace. And what I mean by peace is, I'm not talking about your life going perfect. See, people get it mixed up. Just because you have peace, you already know, and the word says it rains on the just and the unjust. They're cutting the grass here, so on the other side, so you may hear them more. But what I'm talking about is being peace within your soul, being peaceful within your spirit, being peaceful within your mind. Because when you're in toxic relationships or toxic situationships or dealing with toxic family or on a toxic workplace, that toxicity drains you. That toxicity drains you, and you have no peace. You have no peace, and you can't get into that place of peace and rest because you're always warring. You're always warring in your spirit. You're always thinking about what the person did. You're thinking about what they said. You're thinking about what they're trying to do. And that keeps you in a place of confusion, and it keeps you tired. It keeps you tired, and that's where the enemy wants you. The enemy wants you tired. Come on now, I know y'all can relate to this. The enemy wants you tired, and if he can keep you tired, right? If he can keep you tired, you can't get in that place of peace. Because in that place of peace, you're going to discover your purpose. You're going to discover that you're meant to be, you're meant for more in life. So the enemy don't want you to discover that. That's why he keeps you in these toxic relationships. He brings these toxic people in your life who's always starting trouble. They're always coming in trying to dominate over you, trying to rule over you, trying to control you. We're not supposed to be controlled as people. We're not supposed to be robotic. We're not supposed to be under the wheels of Satan. That's what it is, being under the wheels of Satan. Because when people try to come into your life and dominate you, that's a demonic spirit. They trying to dominate you. They trying to get you to do what they want you to do, get you to act how they want you to act, get you to believe how they want you to believe. That's you operate with a demonic spirit. And you don't need that type of spirit around you because, that spirit keeps you stagnant. It keeps you stuck because you're fighting with that spirit. You know what I'm saying? You're fighting with that. You can't even focus on your purpose. You can't even focus on yourself. You can't focus on healing yourself. You can't focus on, you can't even focus on reflecting in your day because your mind is under attack. You're under attack in your mind because you're thinking about what they did, what they said. This is why in this season, it is important to walk away from anybody. I'm telling y'all, it is important to walk away from anyone who is not aligned with where God is taking you. It is important to walk away because if you don't walk away, you're just going to spend more time, and your time is valuable. You're going to spend more time in cycles. Me coming doing these videos, this part of my purpose. So I don't feel like I'm wasting time doing these videos because I'm dropping nuggets and I'm helping others. I'm helping others, so I'm dropping nuggets. But what I found out was the enemy loves to keep us in cycles. And if he can keep us in those cycles, guess what we're doing? We're wasting time. Before you know it, we don't hit 40. We don't hit 50. We've hit 60 and 70. We haven't done anything. We haven't accomplished anything that God put in us. All those desires that you have in you, all of those ideas, the things you want to do. I heard Dr. Miles Monroe say the richest place in the world is the graveyard. And that's so true. The richest place in the world is the graveyard. In the graveyard, you got untapped potential. You got ideas. You got books that were never written. You got businesses that were never birthed. And the only people that can birth what it is that God put in you is you. You can't give anyone else your vision. That's why you give people ideas and you try to help them out. They can't receive what it is that you're trying to tell them because God put it in you. You trying to delegate that business and idea, and he want you to birth it. But you don't know this, and you can't birth it because you're stuck in toxic cycles. You're stuck around toxic individuals. You got to free yourself from these people because all they know is conflict and confusion. And this is how you know they sent from the enemy. The enemy loves conflict. He loves confusion. The enemy loves relationships being turmoil. The enemy loves putting people against each other, putting loved ones against each other, putting mother against daughter, father against son. And that's just like the Bible says anyways. I won't just say it's the enemy. But if he could keep you from not being aligned, this is how the enemy comes in to turn one against the other. Because you're not aligned with the people around you. You're not aligned with the people around you. And, as far as the enemy keeping you, let me know if y'all can hear me. I know y'all hear the guy over there. Oh, that's on the other side. As far as the enemy wasting your time by sending people, see what he'll do, especially if you're a believer, what he'll do, and I heard somebody confirm this the other day, it's so true. In this world has made us feel, because we're a believer or you proclaim to be a Christian or anything of that sort, I don't know, because there are so many titles. I just say believer. If you are a believer, there is this assumption in this world that you have to be nice. That if you're not nice, you're not a believer, you're not of God. You just got to be nice all the time to people. That's not true. Yes, you be kind, but you don't have to be nice. You don't have to tolerate people. You don't have to accept them. Yes, I said it. I was listening to this girl I follow, Shannon Wells, and she just confirmed and clarified what I had been thinking all along. And she's right. People, there's this assumption in the world that as a believer, you got to be nice to everyone. Niceness is meaning you're conforming. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to shake, rattle the fence, rock the boat. You don't want to turn over. It's like you're conforming. No, you don't have to be nice. You got to be kind, but you don't have to be nice. Because you being nice will keep you from stepping into your purpose. You being nice is you conforming. You being nice is you not stepping up when the enemy is trying to come and attack you. Right? You being nice is you don't challenge Satan in his imps when he's trying to come for your children, when he's trying to come, for you. That's being nice. That's what being nice is. You can be kind. You can be kind, cordial, but you don't be nice. And you don't be kind with people who's trying to come destroy you, destroy your family, come for you, destroy your character, destroy who you are, destroy your purpose, destroy your peace. You ain't got to be nice to them. I don't know where we get this. We got it twisted. We got it twisted. I know not for me. I'm not going to be nice. I'm not going to be nice because that means I got to conform. And I wasn't born to conform. I wasn't born for that. I can't even conform if I wanted to. I tried to conform. Drove myself crazy. I tried to be like everybody else. We were born to be set apart. Whether or not you want to believe it or not, or you want to accept the call or accept the fact, you don't fit in anyways. You don't fit in. You know that. That's why you're having a hard time. You're not like everyone else anyways. And you're not meant to, right? You're not meant to. You're not supposed to. And that's what this Western belief has created. Like we're supposed to conform. Everybody's supposed to look alike, sound alike, be alike. No, that's not what I believe. I don't believe we're supposed to all conform. I don't believe we're all supposed to just bow down and be quiet. This is why so much is going on in the world. This is why so many of these agendas have been able to get through, because so-called believers or people who're supposed to believe, we just being too nice. You being too nice. You scared to speak up. You scared to say your belief because you don't want to be retaliated against. You don't want to be, you don't want to be attacked. You don't want to be attacked. You don't want people to come for you. But that's part of it. That's part of that's part of it. They're going to come for you, whether you speaking out or you trying to hide in the house. Trouble is going to find you. You're going to have to get to where you're not bowing down to the enemy and his schemes. You're not bowing down. And that's what the enemy wants to do. He wants to use different people to come into your life. That's why you can go back. I know I could. I can go back and think back on times in my life where I was sitting there being nice. I was sitting there being nice to people, and people ran over me. They ran clean over me. They ran me clean over because I was being nice. I was trying to play fair in the sandbox, all while they blatantly disrespected me, all while they blatantly just ran over me as if I didn't exist. As if I didn't exist. It wasn't until I started standing up and pushing back. And when you push back and stand up, people are going to get angry. They're going to get mad. And it's okay. But you have to stand up for you. You got to be at peace with you. You can't worry about it. So that's my thing. That's why I talk about healing. And that was one of my main concerns. I did not want to, make anyone mad. I didn't want to make anyone upset. I wanted to just be nice, play fair in the sandbox, let people do what they want to do in my life. But I couldn't speak up or do nothing. I couldn't say anything because I was too busy trying to please people. I was too busy trying to make sure everybody was happy and make sure everybody was, getting along and, trying to control the temperature in the room. All while the little Tasmanian devils was running rampant in my life, destroying everything attached to me. And I'm just sitting there. Oh, I'm not going to say, oh, not again. Not anymore. Nope. And that's why in this season, that's why you can't be connected to people. I don't care who it is. You can't be connected to people who's not aligned with you. You can't be connected to people who are not aligned with where you're going in this season, because it's going to be very difficult and your peace is at stake. Because if you don't have peace, you can't focus on your purpose. If you're not at peace, you can't do what it is. You can't work on them ideas. You got so much in you. So many different ideas. So many different just ideas in you. And you can't focus on that because guess what? you have no peace. You have no peace. People got you caught up in their toxicity. They have you caught up in their lies and what they got going on. They have you caught up in he say, she say. I mean, people should be past that in this point in their life. I received a call today from this company, and I need to go. It's hot out here. I received a call for this company, and they had this deal. Those little those companies. Those, what are they called? What are their companies called? Timeshare companies, and they want to offer you this deal. To they'll give you this vacation. They'll give you this 3-4 day vacation, but they need an hour, maybe 2 hours of your time. And I listened to the guy, and I already figured it was one of those. Well, I didn't want to assume it was one of those timeshares, but I answered and I listened to him anyways. And so after I listened to him, and once he said, I only need an hour and a half of your time, and I told him, I said, I appreciate the call. I thank you for calling. I said, that's a good deal. I said, what you're talking about is a good deal. It was $2.99 for 3 days and 4 nights, or 4 nights and 3 days. Then he went down to $1.99. And I told him, I said, that's a good deal, sir. But I said, at this point in my life, I don't have time to waste. My time is the most valuable commodity that I have. And I don't have time to waste. If I know I'm not interested in a timeshare, why am I going to go give them an hour and a half of my time, 2 hours of my time? And I know I'm not interested, just to get a deal vacation in which I can just save up and I can just pay for my own vacation, where I don't have to go and waste an hour and a half, 2 hours of my time so someone could try to manipulate me and get me to buy something that I'm not interested in. And I told him, no, thank you. And he was kind of shocked that I told him. I said, you know what? There is no price you can put on my time. I said, my time is valuable. At this point in my life, my time is valuable. And I said all that to say this. That is what the enemy wants from you. That is what the enemy wants from you. The enemy wants to steal your time. And the guy was kind of shocked because I told him, you can't put a price on my time. He didn't really know what to say. He said, well, he hesitated. He paused for a minute. Then he was like, oh, okay, ma'am. Well, thank you for your time. I said, thank you for calling. Thank you for the offer. You have to take charge. You have to be in control of what people try to bring. See how he brought that opportunity to me? See how he brought that, and it seemed like it was a great opportunity. If I wasn't at the place where I'm at now, if I wasn't in a place of peace, I wouldn't be able to make that sound decision and be okay with making a sound decision without feeling any guilt or saying I missed an opportunity. I wouldn't be able to make that sound decision, because guess what? He had an offer where they do tours where you can go visit the Grand Canyon. I've always wanted to visit the Grand Canyon. I've never been to Vegas. I've never been, close to Vegas. And that's something I have on my, my bucket list, to travel to Vegas. And he was like, well, the hotel was like 2 hours away from the Grand Canyon. So, and they have a tour bus and everything. And I was like, that's ideal. But at this time in my life, at this point in my life, I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to waste. And I know that's not something that I want to do. I don't want to go sit through something just to get something. Why sit through something I'm not interested in just to get a deal on their timeshare? I'm not interested in timeshares. That don't serve me. I want to travel, but I don't travel that much to invest in a timeshare. Besides, I had already did some research on it anyway, so that's not something that was for me. Right? I'm not against anybody that does, but for me, and for the purpose of this video, I had to come share that with you. Don't waste your time. And that's what the enemy wants to do. The enemy wants to steal your time, because we don't get that back. We don't get tomorrow back. We don't get, what time is it? We don't get 12 o'clock back. We don't get 1 o'clock back for today. You can try again tomorrow, but you don't get today's time back. So that's what I want to come talk to you about. The enemy, He's after your time. He wants to keep you in these toxic cycles so he can steal your time. You don't get your time back. You do not get your time back. Hello, everyone. I really can't see you who's here because the sun is so bright and I have on these shades, so I really can't see. But hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. But that's what I want to come talk to you about, those cycles. He wants to keep you in those cycles. He sends people in your life to fight with you, to contend with you, to create chaos and confusion. For unnecessary chaos and confusion. The confusion don't even be warranted. And you're sitting there like, why are you getting upset about this? Why are you got to go to that? Why you got to lie about it? You're sitting there you're sitting there questioning, right? You're sitting there questioning whether or not you're sitting there questioning like the little petty things that people are doing in your life. The petty case. I remember when I was going through, I was just stuck in this toxic cycle. I mean, for years. I mean, I was just so stuck. It was just like dealing with this person. I mean, it was like the same thing. It was like, it's almost like they knew when I was trying to get myself out of that cycle, because here they go again, coming back with something else. Coming back with something else. You know, injecting themselves into your space, because you know these people, they don't like for you to reject them. They don't like for you to tell them no. They don't like for you to close the door, and they don't like for you to tell them no. They're not going to be coming around you with this toxic energy, this toxic behavior. They don't like that. When you close the door, when you deny them access, they try to create other ways to get to you. They'll sit in the background. And I remember when I was going through my toxic cycle in this relationship, this person tried to use other people to get to me. You know, they tried to use other people to get to me. You know, getting into the heads of others to get to me, to bring me down. And so I finally got to a point to where I just went no contact with the person. I don't want anything to do with them. Right? I don't want nothing to do with them, because my peace is a priority. And ever since then, my life has been so peaceful. I didn't feel the war. I didn't feel the demonic energy. You know, although life is still life, and I didn't feel that demonic contending with that demonic spirit. You know, got my mind, you know what I'm saying? Had my mind in this cycle, worrying and thinking about them all the time. I didn't have to deal with that anymore. And this is what the enemy wants. And they know it. And these people who allow the enemy to come in and use their bodies as vessels, right? They use their bodies as vessels. These people, they have no mercy. So you got to stop worrying. I don't care who it is. It can be your mother. It can be your father. Until they let them demons leave, you don't have to put up with that. You respect your parents. You love them. You respect whomever it is. But you don't have to keep contending with these demons and these spirits in them, because they want to keep you trapped. You go around them and your energy is zapped. You can't even focus. They always stirring up something. There's always something being stirred up in your spirit. There's always something being stirred up in your spirit. You can't even focus on what you need to be focused on. You're trying to take care of your family. You're trying to pour and put love into your children. You can't even put love into your children and pour into them and teach them stuff, because you're so focused. And by you not being able to focus on your children, the enemy is coming in through the back door, getting into their heads. Yes, he is getting into their heads. Mommy and dad don't never pay attention to me. You know, mom and dad, they got their own thing. I'm just here. And it's not that you're just there. It's just that you're fighting and contending with the demons that you're trying to keep from them. You're trying not to let them see. And that's another thing, y'all. If y'all have children, don't burden your children with your issues. Don't drop all your life problems on your children. Don't keep them in your business. Take your problems to God. Let your child be a child. Don't put them into your problems unless they have to know for safety reasons. Let them know basic surface stuff. Don't put them into all the details of your issues. Give them a chance to be kids. Give them a chance to be young adults. I see people do that. Don't tell them what you got going on in your personal life with you and your significant other, you and your family. Because believe it or not, if the enemy gets in them, they can use that against you. And you don't want to create more confusion. You don't want to create more confusion and chaos. Don't burden them with your problems. Take it to God. Cast your cares to God. Sometimes, you can't help it. Different things leak out, but don't just constantly talk about your problems. Talk about your problem. And see, this is what the enemy wants. The enemy don't want you to focus on. One thing I've noticed over these past couple years, going through my own journey, I've noticed that if the enemy can keep you unfocused, keep your focus off your purpose, if he can keep you distracted and you're not focused on your purpose, he can come in and have his way with you. When you're focused on your purpose, he can't have his way with you because everything else becomes a distraction and you know it. When you're locked in and loaded, like I was in the store today. I was in the store. I had to go get some papers because I'm trying to get some things taken care of on the back end with my business, right? So I was in the store trying to trying to buy some paper for the printer, the legal size paper. They didn't have, I didn't have that to print out what I needed to print out with the signatures. And I saw someone in there, old acquaintance, and I spoke to her and I kept going because I didn't have the time. I was on a mission. And she found me in the hallways trying to talk about something. And I was like, listen, honey, it's nice to see you, but I got to go. The old me, because I talk a lot, the old me, if I wasn't focused, if I didn't have a mission that I was on, I would have sat there and talked to that lady for hours. I would have talked to that lady until, I don't know what time, until she said she had to go. I would have talked to her all day. I would have talked to her all day, but since I had a mission and I was focused, I got a purpose, I know I couldn't waste that time. I said, it was nice to see you. I'll catch up with you later. And that's what the enemy wants. He wants you not to be focused on your purpose. Because if you don't have your purpose, he can take and distract you. He can send people into your life to say all kind of stupid things to you. He can send people online in your comments to try to get... Listen, I tell everybody, I have a block and delete ministry over here on the Responsibility channel. I don't address no negative comments. I don't address no negative comments. If I sense in my spirit that a person is trying to pick a fight with me over here, I delete their comment. If I don't delete it, I will hide them because I need them to push forth the algorithm. Because, I ain't gonna say I grew this. God grew this channel naturally and organically. So I'll just hide their comment. I don't argue with them. I don't argue with them. Yeah, I don't argue because by me arguing with someone or giving them my attention, that takes me off my focus. And in this season of my life, I don't have that energy. I don't have that time to waste. I need all my energy to focus on my children and my business. My purpose and my business, and my purpose, my business and my children. My mental health and my spiritual health. Anything outside of that is a distraction. Anything outside of that is a distraction. And I understand that. And see, that's what the enemy wants. The enemy wants us distracted. Because if he can keep you in them toxic cycles, you will never give birth to your purpose. You will never give birth to it because you're too busy fighting with the distraction. You're too busy fighting with whoever, family, toxic relationship, negative coworkers. You're fighting with them. You're prepping yourself before you go to work. You got to prep yourself. You got to do all this prepping. I've been there before. I've been there before. When I tell you I've been there, where I literally had to war and contend with a demonic spirit on the job. I don't even know if I was present with my children at this time. And to be honest, I wasn't. I don't know if let me tell the truth, shame the devil. I wasn't present at this time, years ago. Because I was too busy contending with that demon on the job who was just contending with me because of my light. No, I forgave the person, but I'm just giving y'all an example. When you're contending with these spirits, you can't focus on what's important. And that's what the enemy wants. That's what he wants. For you to take your attention and your focus off your purpose and what it is. When I was sent to that job, I was sent on assignment. The assignment that I was sent on when I went to that job was prepping me for my own business. That job was teaching me things that I'm doing right now. I learned from that job. That job was paid training. But the enemy tried to run me away from that job before it was my time. And when you know, and that's why you got to be tapped in and connected. When you know that God sent you somewhere, you don't let nobody run you off. You don't let nobody run you away till your assignment is complete. And that's what God showed me. He showed me, I'm going to send you to this job because I'm going to train you. Everything I know legally, financially, I learned from that job. And I'm applying it right now to this day to my business. Everything I learned on the job, I worked in healthcare for a long time since I graduated high school. So I learned the importance of documentation. I learned the importance of, being organized, right? I learned that working in healthcare. I learned that more working on that job where the enemy tried to abort me from, tried to push me away, but I knew God sent me there. So I had to strap up and I had to fight spiritually to stay on that job. It wasn't that I was fighting because I was prideful. I was fighting for purpose. I already knew God sent me to that place because how I got the job, it was supernatural. Nobody didn't give me that job. God sent me there, right? He sent me there and he trained me. But the enemy came, saw my light and tried to run me off. And I said, no, I wasn't going to bow down. I said no. So guess what the enemy did? The enemy does what he does best. Create chaos and confusion in the workplace. And that's where I learned how to fight my war spiritually. I learned how to fight more spiritually on that job than I ever learned going to church. All them years I've been going to church, I didn't learn how to fight spiritually. I knew religion, but I didn't know how to fight spiritually. I didn't know relationship. This is why you shouldn't run from hard things and hard people and hard places. Unless you know God is telling you when to exit. Unless he's telling you, okay, enough now. It's time for you to go. Time for you to go. I learned prayer. I learned how to pray and fast on that job. Yes, I did. To tell the truth, shame the devil. I learned how to pray and fast. Fighting that demon. Fighting that big devil on that job. That was a big demon I was fighting. I wasn't fighting no little demon. I mean, that was one of them nasty ones. And I'm going to tell the truth, shame the devil. That was a nasty one. I never experienced no warfare like that in my life. I never experienced the warfare of a devil coming, smiling in your face, knowing behind your back they're trying to get you fired. Knowing behind your back they're slandering you. Knowing behind your back they're trying to cause you to leave. But I guess what? I had to gear up too. I had to put on my full armor. I had to come and be nice, not just, kind. I had to come and be kind. I knew what I was facing. I saw, and God was giving me dreams and stuff. Go back and watch my video of narcissistic managers in the workplace. I go into more details. I'm just mentioning it here for this video's sake. But I did a video on that, narcissistic managers in the workplace, a few months back. And I just talked about and shared my story, what I had to deal with. And I had to learn all these different things. And people don't think this stuff real. When I tell you, it's more demonic stuff in these workplaces than anywhere. Anywhere. And when people see that light on you, they're going to be jealous. They're going to be hate. hate. They're going to hate you. When they see that excellent spirit on you, they're going to hate you. They're going to make you feel bad by it. Just let them know, I don't work to you. I wasn't working unto my manager. I was working unto God. Just like I was listening to Latoya Kill the other day. I was listening to her, and I had to walk what she was talking about. I had to walk that out on the job. I wasn't working because I was competing or because I'm trying to be better than someone. No, I was on assignment. God was training me. Everything that I do it with the excellent spirit. And people will hate you because you got the excellent spirit. They will hate you because you got that light. They will hate you because you go over and beyond. They will hate you for it. Because you try to be a good mother. You try to be the best mother you can. You try to be the best wife you can. You try to love people the best you can. People will hate you for that. They will hate you for it. And they will challenge you. They will see that. They will get jealous. They will challenge you. And they will attack you in the area where you carry excellence. They try to make you feel bad. They try to make you feel like you ain't doing what they see you doing by the grace of God. Oh yeah. Let's tell the truth, shame the devil. You got people like that. I'm just gonna tell the truth. I'm just one of the ones that gonna tell the truth. Everybody else run from stuff like this, but no, I'm gonna tell the truth. People will hate you for it. They will envy that excellent spirit. They will envy that you wanting to do right. They will envy that you don't want to continue on with the same cycles in the family, the same cycles on the job. They will hate you because you don't want to steal the people pens off the job. They will hate you because you don't want to take the people copy and paper because you know God is watching you, and that's called stealing. They will hate you when you call them out and tell them they shouldn't be doing that. I thought you were better than that. They will hate you for that. They will hate you for your truth. In this world, the world don't want truth. They don't want truth. They don't want excellence. Because you walking in excellence, you walking in faith, and you walking in boldness, they see you as you think you better. Let's tell the truth, shame the devil. They see you as you think you better. And if you have not healed that rejected and abandonment spirit on you, you will downplay your excellence. You will stop being great and excellent because people are coming against you. You will stop being great and excellent because you don't want people to think you all that. Let them think what they want to. This is why you have to heal from that rejection and that abandonment spirit, that people-pleasing spirit. I had to be delivered from it. You're talking to someone who had to walk what she's talking about out. You're not talking to nobody who's just blowing smoke out of their neck and out of their mouth just to get views. I speak truth. And the truth will make us free. Not set us free, to make us free. When you speak truth, it will make you free. You will be free from bondage. People hate it because the world has taught us that we got to conform and we got to be everything on these jobs that people are being. No, you're going to be called to stand up. Sometimes you're going to feel like it's you against your entire employer because of the foolishness they're doing. Because there's a lot of demons working on these jobs. Y'all know that. Y'all know there's a lot of demonic managers, demonic jobs, their agendas, and all this stuff that they have going on. They want y'all to be quiet on these jobs. They want y'all to be quiet. You can't say nothing. You can't say nothing. You can't speak against nothing. They want you to be quiet. They want you to bow down, and they want you to go along with the agenda, go along with the program. And they talking about this diversity stuff on jobs. That diversity mess is a lie. Let me just tell the truth, shame the devil. That diversity stuff is a lie. It's a lie. There is no diversity on these jobs. It's evil and good. That's what's on these jobs. It's wickedness and there's holiness, godliness. And that's just doing right. I'm not saying you going around, you walking around, you got a big old jacket on, you got your neck covered up, and you got a dress down to your ankles. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a righteous spirit. Because we all know on these jobs, people hate when you have an excellent spirit. I've witnessed it. I had to walk this thing out. People getting mad at you, jealous, talking about you because you walking with the excellent spirit. You doing what them people hired you to do. You ain't trying to show off. You just doing what your job told you to do, and you working unto the Lord. You doing what's right in God's eyes. You're not doing what's right unto men. You doing what's right unto God's in God's eyes. And they're mad at you. They getting mad. They're jealous. Even some of the managers higher up. You think y'all little no-name people? You think people don't see y'all because you don't carry a title? Them people see your spirit. They see you walking in excellence. They can have a bigger title, making more money, and they still be trying to come for you for no reason. Well, I'm not going to say for no reason. Let me rephrase that. Because they see that light on you. They see that everybody else worship them and bow down to them. You don't bow down to them because you know your God is in the heavens. You know your God is in the heavens. You know your God is not on these jobs. And people think because they got a title, they want to bully you. Oh, it happened to me. Oh, listen, I'm going to tell you the truth, shame the devil. It happened to me. Little on me, but I was able to see the enemy spiritually. I was able to see spiritually that these people didn't have. They wanted what I carried. And I'm not saying I'm just, I'm not saying I'm putting myself on a pedestal. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not that type of person. Hello? I'm not that type of person. But humbly, I speak. They wanted what I had spiritually. I had a spirit. You can't buy that. You can't buy a person who ain't going to bow to you. Who's not going to bow because everybody else conforming. Everybody else walk fast when you walk by. Everybody else go be quiet when you come. No. I'm my same self. I don't care how many titles. If your name is not Jesus Christ, I'm not going to bow to you. If your name is not Jesus Christ, Yah, Yahshua, Jah, whatever they call him, but I know him by Jesus. If your name is, I'm not going to bow to you. That's what people want. People want you to bow. And they get mad. You become a target. When you don't bow to people, you become a target. Everybody else worshiping them, but you going to stand out because you're the only one that's not bowing to them. Out of all the worship they get it from everybody else, your target going to be on your back because you're not bowing to them. This is why so many people are stressed out on these jobs. And I dare to say, this going to resonate with somebody. This going to be somebody's confirmation. This is the reason God is calling people off 9 to 5s, because you got these demonic spirits, like I just explained. You got these demonic spirits on jobs targeting God's people and making them suffer. He's making them suffer. Hiding behind policies and procedures to target and make people's life miserable. This is why you don't put people in your business. If you're a single parent, this is why you don't tell your manager that you're a single parent and they know you need that job. If they know you need that job, I'm gonna do a message talking about corporate America. I'm gonna do a message on that. I think God is calling me because of what I've experienced. And I know more people experiencing it because of the video I did. But I'm gonna do a mess. I got so many messages. Y'all don't think I'm lying to you because I said I was gonna do a parenting message. I haven't gotten to it, but I'm gonna do it. Trust me, I'm gonna do it if the Lord's will. I was just trying to get some things in order. But this is why God is calling most people off these 9 to 5s, because he see how his children are being abused on these jobs. But y'all got to get y'all faith up. Y'all got to get y'all faith up and trust that God is going to provide for you all. You got to trust that. You got to trust that he's going to provide. Yes, Jacqueline. Yes. Yes, when you speak up too, Tyrenia, they don't want you to use your voice. They want to silence. They want to silence the chosen ones. I gotta put my glasses back on, y'all. They want to silence y'all. They don't want y'all to speak up. And they get mad. They get an attitude when you speak up. And they always talk about, and this is why people don't speak up, because I've saw it on the job before. They always talk about, we want to hear what you got to say. They don't want to hear what you got to say. They pretend, and that's why people don't speak up. They don't want to hear what you got to say, because when you speak up and you speak the truth, oh, they're going to blackball you. They're going to stop you from getting promotions. They're going to go to HR on you. Because they say, I dare you speak up. I dare you use your voice. I dare you tell something that's going on to make me look bad. Come on now, we got to be honest. Let's be honest. Let's talk about this stuff. Let's be honest. I don't even know why I got on this. I didn't even come. Well, I guess it's part of the toxic cycle too. I didn't even come to talk about this. But y'all can resonate with me. Y'all know. But I got to get ready to go, y'all. I be getting heated. When I come into the outdoors, I get heated in my conversation. Because it be truth. It be truth. This stuff don't be rehearsed. That's why God called me on YouTube to use my voice. He told me, you don't need nobody to affirm and confirm. You get on YouTube and I'm going to send the people to you. He showed me just what he said he was going to do. He showed me he was going to send people. And guess what? When I first started my channel years ago, I asked people from Facebook to subscribe to my YouTube. And I had like 60 people that came over. Most of them were family and friends. I had like 60 people to come over. But everybody else, God sent. They chose this channel because what I'm saying resonate with them. I didn't have to use no paid advertise. I didn't do all that. God was my paid advertisement. When you obedient and you walk in truth, and when you do what God tell you to do, he'll look out for you. He'll look out for you. And I'm going to say this, God is not Santa Claus. He's not Santa Claus. He's not going to do what we want him to do. He's only going to do what he wants us to do. He's only going to do what he wants us to do. His purpose in us, not what we want to do. And we want God to bless it. No, he's going to bless what he called us to do. If y'all got to get that, y'all have to understand there is a difference. He's going to bless what he's called us to do. He's not going to bless what we want to do. But people don't like that. And I got to equip my children for this here. I got to equip my children to stand, to be firm, and not to bow down to people and them getting mad and, bow down to people, manipulation tactics and all that. This is why we have to use our purpose. So when you're on these jobs and they go to acting crazy and trying to threaten you about firing you, knowing you need that job because you got a disabled child, you got, stuff to take care of. And this is another thing. That's why God wants us to get out of debt. He wants us to get out of this slavery, debt, this slave mentality of having debt, having car payments, house payments. And I know what the world says. I'm talking about kingdom mindset. I'm not talking about this worldly mindset. You got to have this to do this. No, I'm talking about kingdom mindset. He wants us to be out of debt so we can move freely. When he tell us to move, we need to be able to move. But half of us get stuck because we got too much debt. We got car payments, student loans, house payments, credit card payments, all kind of payments. You paying, some of y'all paying payments on just to have a nice handbag. No. He wants us out of this foolishness. But his true chosen, he's calling you out of that anyways. You already know your assignment. His true chosen ones, he calling y'all out of debt. He calling y'all out these 9-to-5s. He's making y'all bolder and braver. He's getting you up from around toxic relationships, getting you out of these toxic relationships. He's moving you all. He's moving a lot of the chosen. And you don't understand what you got going on. You don't understand what's going on with you. But that's what it is. He's moving you in your right position. Some of y'all think it's some of y'all thinking it's an attack. It's not an attack. It's not an attack. He's just rearranging you, honey. He's rearranging you. But I gotta go because it don't got hot out here. And I came out here just for a short message, and I'm almost 50 minutes in. See, I know I could talk. This is how I know this is my purpose. I didn't even know I was on here this long, but this is something that God has put in me. I've been this way. This is nothing new. I just have more wisdom in my arsenal by experiencing life. I just have more wisdom. That's all. I just have more wisdom now. But y'all be safe and be blessed, okay? Talk to y'all soon.